Yes, people, welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that. Welcome back to the studio. Mwah, isn't it beautiful? Bellissimo. And welcome back to Chelsea News, the daily series, in this case, twice daily, and indeed sometimes thrice daily, here on the channel, where I reflect on the headlines speaking about Chelsea. As this transfer window develops, I will be doing a lot of content. There will be more stories breaking about exits, more players joining, of course, Pochettino news, his plan, his tactics, his ethos, philosophy, his implementation of his work to Chelsea Football Club for evolution. Evolution that we so desperately need. Today we're talking about maybe our prayers are answered, potentially with Romelu Lukaku's scenario, and updates on some other things I want to speak about as well. And maybe, as things stand, we can talk about what Chelsea's starting 11 could look like. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for dropping a like. I do appreciate it. Interactions supposedly help us content creators, so I always welcome your likes. I urge you to comment throughout whenever you have a thought on a subject, and if you subscribe, make sure you hit that sweet bell, baby. Alrighty then. First off, I know I did a segment on it before, but I want to honour N'Golo Kante, who has reportedly signed his contract for Al Ittihad or something, the same club that Benzema signed to in the Saudi League, Saudi Pro League. I forget what it's called, but which is fine. Dude has been struggling with injury, despite being the most high octane, lung busting, impressive, ground covering player. The Premier League's taken its toll on him due to playing through injury, and though he probably still could be good and, very, very useful to Chelsea and can play at the highest level at times, I get it. He's taken what is a profoundly crazy bag, 100 million euros a year salary. I just, these numbers mean nothing to me anymore. They're just numbers. It's mad. But, fair play. Thank you very much for your work, Kante. We will all unanimously reflect positively on N'Golo Kante's work at Chelsea. And Chelsea will let him go with their blessing. He's not going to a rival. He's going to the Saudi League, so they don't have to worry about that. He's they'll also absolve themselves of massive wages. There was a bit of an impasse with the contract renewal in terms of they wanted to give him a little bit more, understandably, of a pay-to-play contract because his availability is rare. Pochettino will be disappointed that he won't get to work with him, and he'll probably be a little bit disappointed not to get to work with Pochettino, although he won't get run into the ground, and he'll go and just chill out, have a cigar hanging out his mouth, and take in what is a profound amount of money. Thank you so much, N'Golo. I honour you. Well, you honoured me for playing for my club. Just quickly, I am going to pop this bubble before it's even grown. I haven't mentioned it here in this morning's video because it's nonsense. There was a report from the Times that Chelsea would consider making a move for Kylian Mbappe, who, yes, if you're following the story, he is not going to extend past 2024. When they first signed him, he held up a shirt saying 2025 in the Parc des Princes, and he essentially he signed a 2-year extension to 2024, but he, the player himself, has an option to trigger an extension to 2025, which is very rare, and this is the kind of crazy stuff you get over in Paris Saint-Germain. He has apparently voiced his intention to not trigger that a long time ago to PSG, but it's since come out in the press, and yeah, there's been to and froing, and he's been speaking publicly. Anyway, of course, Real Madrid are the hot favourites. They also want Erling Haaland. In a couple of years, they could have a front three of, I don't know, maybe Vinicius on the right and Mbappe on the left and Haaland up front. Sickening stuff, but better over there than in the Prem. Out of sight, out of mind. let's even the playing field a little bit over in our league, shall we? So anyway, that's a load of bull crap, and I wanted to speak on that now. And since Fabrizio Romano has come out and said yes, that is a load of nonsense. So, could we be bailed out by Saudi money? And what I mean is, yes, it's sad to see Kante go, but I don't think anyone really minds. I think there are potentially cynical ramifications of this financial doping with extortionate, profound amounts of money to this league. Yes, the Premier League did something similar, but it was annexing off a historical structure with the already, in place clubs where already the money was being made in terms of revenue, and of course that was juiced by Sky, but it was already kind of there. Who am I to say what league anyone should be watching? I have a feeling that money may talk, and who knows, maybe in 10, 20 years the Premier League will be a victim of the Saudi movements. Anyway, if they buy Romelu Lukaku off us, that will make us some good feelings go towards them. Yes, so here's the deal. Lukaku, of course, came off the bench in the Champions League final to underwhelm yet again. Not playing badly, probably getting into the right places and changing the dynamic of the attack, but doing what often he does best, and that's choking in the goal-scoring moments. He did it with Belgium in the World Cup, with that last gasp golden generation moment of trying to do something. He got loads of chances and just missed them all. It's really sad, actually. It's not something to laugh about, because he went into reportedly quite a dark place about, felt like he let his country down. I mean, sportingly he did, but, whatever. But, this is whatever. It comes with the territory, doesn't it? Look, he does not want to come back to Chelsea, which is fine. Chelsea fans don't want him back anyway, but, he just feels like that was a bad move coming to Chelsea. He doesn't want to come back. Fine. We'll all take the L, collectively, the Lukaku L, and no one wants that. I just don't think anyone wants that. So, what are the options? Well, his preference remains. He would like to play at Inter. Maybe there's something a little bit disheartening about, not doing well in the Champions League final, unfinished business. But Lukaku has been offered a deal to move to a Saudi club. Now, I think about this, he's going to be 30, so he'll be, it's not like a young player. Remember when China started sending all the players for a while until the rules changed? China started signing all these players, and was Ramirez 30 when he was there? When they followed the bag? Certainly Oscar was in his late 20s or in his 20s, and that was a big shock. In Kante's first season in the January window, we sold Oscar for £60 million, which at the time was just absolutely wild. But, that was like a travesty, like a young talent. Often, yeah, anyway, so that sort of happened back then. It was really throwing in the towel. The two Belgium lads, Yannick Carrasco, great name, and Axel Witsel, I think they both went in their late 20s as well. Witsel got dropped from the Belgium national team, but the reason why I'm telling you this is, if Romelu Lukaku goes to Saudi, I think he'll still get called up to the Belgium national side, even if he's playing at that level, because he's their top goal scorer. He knows the team inside out. Even if it gets to the point where he's not starting in a year or two, he'll be in his 30s by then, and maybe he feels like, I've got another tournament call up in me, even if I'm going, playing in Saudi Arabia. I do wonder if that's that. There are reports suggesting that he was offered yearly wages of €71 million, less than Kante, which is kind of wild because he's a goal scorer and, well, in theory. They all often get more money. But Kante, he's a World Cup winner. He's a Champions League winner. He's a multiple team Premier League winner. So, he's very, very high profile indeed. Look, I would like this to happen. I don't want him to go on loan and then we're still somehow connected to Lukaku. Oh, Mir's scraping at the door. Hold on. Right, you can come in, but if you chew any cables, you're going in the air fryer. Right. The thing is, if he goes to Inter, even if because he won't get for sale, it'll be another loan, and he'll still just be attached, and it'll be like a bad smell, going around. Do you want to say hi to the people? Here she is. She's bloody massive now. Meow, meow, meow. Football, meow, 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 meow. Romelu Lukaku to, what club is it? Is it Al Hilal? Yes, Al Hilal. All right. Out, I think, probably. Oh, fuck's sake. So he'd still feel attached to the club. But if he goes to Al Hilal, he'll make loads of money, so he'll hopefully be tempted, because he'll take a massive pay cut if he leaves Chelsea. He won't get Chelsea money anywhere else. We pay him £325,000. That's right, £325,000 a week. What will he get elsewhere? If he gets a transfer and we don't supplement wages, maybe he'll get 200k a week, but that's massive in Italy, 200k a week. I just don't think he will. He probably went from 140 to 325 at Chelsea, more than double his wages. That's why he came. Saudi will pay him ridiculous money to go and play out there, first and foremost. So there's that. And secondly, they'll give us a transfer fee. A big one. Well, a respectable one, considering the circumstances. Obviously, they'll be absolving us of his wages. We won't have to do any supplements, stuff like that. And, they're going to give him £71 million a year to play. How much? They've got to give us something for us to transfer him, because he'll have 3 years left on this deal. That's quite a lot, So maybe, I don't know, I'll just be pulling a number out of my annals, but maybe £50 million. I'll rip your ruddy hand off. We've got 60 million left on his books for amortization. If we sell him for 50, I'll take a 10 million loss in Lukaku all day, mate. I'll rip your ruddy hand off. Trust me, I will. So I'm down, man. I mean, I've just literally pulled that figure out of the air. But, you'd have to think, if they're going to pay him more than that in a yearly wage, then surely they would pay that in a transfer fee. And, be absolving us of the wages, the drama, the nonsense, and be bringing us some money in. Woof. Well, Chelsea got a lot of players to sell. Of course, Pulisic's reportedly speaking to Italian clubs. Ziyech should find a suitable club. He's in the background. Surely he's been doing some, feeling around work himself. He would have been since January. Excuse me. Of course, PSG wanted him. So there has to be landing spots for Pulisic, Ziyech, hopefully to out the Lukaku scenario. Aubameyang, if we have to tear up his contract, we will, to let him go. Koulibaly to Inter. Watch this morning's video if you're yet to watch that, because that's really, really good. That's more good luck. To be honest, if Inter, priority is Koulibaly, their priority is to sign Koulibaly, and Al Hilal coming and buy Lukaku, I'm feeling good, baby. Also Nkuku will come in. Breed is no longer injured. We've got Malo Gusto. We've got, loads of wicked youngsters. We've spoken about Cassidy. We've spoken about Santos. Maatsen might come in. We might flog Maatsen. We'll make money for him. We'll make money for Kovacic. That will probably happen. There's still a very good chance Mason Mount will go to Manchester United. Gallagher has got suitors. We can make money. There's a big goalkeeping problem in terms of selling them. Again, I'll go into more detail of that regarding that in this morning's video, so feel free to go and watch that. And then we're going to buy a striker. There's that guy, is it the Dortmund striker, the young lad? I forget his name, but I'm going to look at it more as stories develop. Chelsea haven't thrown in the towel for Victor Osimhen, which of course would be the Galactico signing in terms of age, profile, and stuff like that. So that is very, very very, very exciting should it happen. But anyway, we'll see what happens. And of course, in terms of development for the future, we've got great players that should have a renewed fortune under new management. We could have a front three of players we've already got. Breuer, flanked by Mudryk and Noni Madueke, all very exciting, bring different elements to their game. Of course, we spoke about Mudryk maybe going to the Under-21s Championship, and that would probably be a really good idea. And Nkunku in behind in a number 10 already, that's a potentially devastating front four. You could, obviously in the pivot you'd have Enzo Fernandez and partner, that could be Moises Caicedo. I mean, come on, a double pivot of Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo with Nkunku in the front, and that, you know, aforementioned front three, Reece James, Chilwell, fullbacks. And we've got centre backs as it is. You know, we've got good centre backs, and we can just play Wes Fofana, maybe Levi Colwill, because Poch might really, really like him. And then your goalkeeper, off the bat, continuity in terms of a starting 11. In a team like Chelsea being coached by Pochettino, that doesn't, sadly, have European football. Continuity. That's not without, you know, that's without buying, like, Osimhen up front. We'll have to see what happens, man. But it's, you know, it could be very, very positive. Anyway, let me know what you think, you know, regarding everything I've spoken about. Oh, it'd be good to flog Lukaku to Saudi. I'd feel really, really good about that. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. I look forward to reading the comments in this video, like I always do. But whenever I speak about something, I get really interested in it, and I want to hear what the people think. So thank you for commenting. Consider liking and subscribing, and I will see you in the next one.